Welcome back to the newsroom. Avenash and here, Western Night Sport. We're starting off with some cricket news. What started out as a rainbow of hope 5 weeks ago at Nottingham is about to end with some cloud cover. And quite frankly, West Indies would hope it rains all day, for a no result would be a more satisfying outcome than another defeat to Afghanistan. After much promise and hasty public comments about bringing back the World Cup trophy to the Caribbean after 40 years, the clinical opening victory against Pakistan provided a false dawn. In hindsight, a deceitful performance. It remains the West Indies' only victory in a disastrous campaign, their only other point coming via a compassionate washout against South Africa. That West Indies now sit in a penultimate spot in the 10-team tournament means Thursday's match against the Afghans, both sides' final game of the World Cup, is a bottom-of-the-table clash. In a way, both sides are in their regular positions. They were the last two to qualify after failing to make the top 8 of the ICC ODI rankings 2 years ago. And despite West Indies avoiding the embarrassment of finishing last, they go into Thursday's match widely regarded as the underdogs. If we go purely on statistics, then a West Indies victory would be regarded as an upset. For Afghanistan to win would be business as usual. Remember what Captain Jason Holder said prior to the World Cup? Quote, "I am looking forward to playing Afghanistan, mainly because they beat us in the final of the World Cup qualifiers," end quote. Many felt that summed up the West Indies' mindset heading into the World Cup. After 8 games and 6 defeats, the wisdom in that prediction is crystal clear. Incidentally, the win in the final of the qualifiers was Afghanistan's third in 5 outings against the Caribbean side. Earlier in the group stage, the Afghans also defeated the West Indies. Prior to that, in a historic 3-match series in the Caribbean in June 2017, Afghanistan shocked Holder's men, winning the opening game by 63 runs, with Rashid Khan's record-breaking spell of 7 for 18, making 213 seem like a mountain. West Indies' struggle to overhaul 135 in the second game by 4 wickets remains their only win over the Asians after the next match was abandoned without a ball bowled due to rain. For the Afghans, after coming extremely close to winning against India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, this clash against the West Indies provides a real opportunity to leave the World Cup with a win. After all, they're the only side yet to chalk up victory at this edition. Such an outcome would not only dent West Indies' ego further, but also prove a fitting farewell for Afghanistan's outgoing head coach, the West Indian Phil Simmons. It would be a devastating climax for a Caribbean side that promised so much after that blitz against Pakistan. More question marks would arise over Holder's leadership, technical and tactical awareness, strategizing, the negative impact of T20 cricket on the 50-over format in these quarters, the remarkable inconsistency in ODI cricket over the last 2 decades or more, and surely the primary method used for selection. Come to think of it though, even with a victory, those are issues that still need to be addressed if West Indies are to consistently challenge the bigger nations in the ODI format. Failure to act would make the tunnel longer and darker. More news still ahead. Stay tuned.